WP, as the latest employee in the world's most prestigious amusement park, you are handed a list of rules all employees must abide to. But it's filled with rather strange rules. What does? There's only ever one of each mascot inside the park. Check for eye holes. Even mean? Rule 324. For employee safety, please be advised that there should only ever be 1 mascot within the park premises at any given time. Check for eye holes. If you believe there may be more than 1 mascot within the park, advise a supervisor at once. Well, what did that even mean? Maybe they were worried about animatronics getting off the rails? Callie didn't know, and Callie didn't particularly care. Once she'd gotten to the back of the employee manual, things had gotten obscure. If she wasn't worried about bad impressions on her first day, she would have asked if everything after 300 was a joke. Whatever weird shit was in the book, Callie would follow it. She needed this job, anyone who got hired here did. The employee-only bus finally reached the back gate of Joyland, brought to you by Casino Incorporated. There were guard towers high on either side of the steel door, watching the bus as the gate lumbered open. Callie could see the green lasers from their sights reflected against the rain as they scanned the bus. She knew she was safe, but she still kept her employee manual pressed close to her chest. Just a reminder that she was supposed to be here. A moment later they were waved forward and the bus pushed through the gate, exiting the rain and entering the ever-sunny skies of Joyland's environmental dome. Callie watched through the window, waiting to see the iconic sights she'd been sold online, but there were only gray buildings. That made sense. This was the employee entrance. They had housing warehouses and sets back here. The attractions would all be at the front of the park. She'd have to wait until her first day to see those. Callie realized she'd been clutching her employee handbook tight enough to wrinkle it and placed it down in her lap, taking a second to try and smooth out the paper cover. For the first time during the ride, the woman on the other side of the bus all shot her a glance, but it stopped there. Based on what she'd heard, Callie'd expected all of the employees to be beacons of joy here, but that must have only been on the job. The bus screeched to a stop and the door opened half a second before it was truly still. By the time Callie had looked up, someone was already walking onto the bus. A suited woman who looked wholly out of place with the lime green Joyland pins on her lapels. Corporate was the word. Which made sense, you didn't run an operation like this without the business-minded people behind it. The woman spoke, her voice was similarly out of place in a theme park. Those involved in orientation. Please get off the bus here. Callie shot up a little too fast, almost dropping the book that she'd left on her lap. The girl across the aisle also stood, though it was clear that it wasn't her first day. By the time Callie had everything together, the corporate woman was already off the bus and she was stuck following the quiet girl. The street they exited onto was a polished and slick thing, kept immaculate over the years save for a pair of tire ruts in the middle. It stood on sharp contrast to the building the quiet girl started walking toward, which was a brutalist monstrosity, raw concrete and gray exterior. Callie took a set of quick steps to catch up to the girl who'd been across from her. She was wearing headphones, but saved Callie needed to garner her attention by pulling them out. Hi, I'm Callie. New recruit. I can tell. It's the handbook, isn't it? Callie asked. No. The girl scanned Callie again. There was a familiar glow behind her eyes, corneal implants. You're just too excited to be at work. Not many people get to work at Joyland. I'm excited. That'll get you through orientation, the girl answered, or at least most of it. Queen. She offered a hand like it was an introduction. Callie couldn't help herself. Queen? Carta. Card. Queenie. Queen. The girl explained. It took a while to get here, but everyone calls me that. Ask with any other name and nobody will know who you're looking for. Does everyone have a nickname here? Callie asked. They were almost at the door now. It was huge, like it had been built for secret people 4 times their size. Everyone who lasts. Well. Caroline to Callie offered. Once she'd said it she almost wanted to bite back the words. She was certainly bringing more energy to this conversation, almost to the degree that her ever-chipper attitude felt out of place here. That made no sense though, this was Joyland, the only place she was ever going to fit in. There you go, already have one, Queen answered once she'd given Callie enough time to stew. You're going to the left here. Into the first room to talk to the computers. I might end up seeing you later. Keep an eye out for mascots. An eye out for mascots? 324. You read the employee manual right? Yeah. Callie paused a little too long before she said it, but she actually had. That said, that rule had to be a joke, didn't it? Good. See you after the machines do. Queen headed deeper into the building, leaving stark shadows across the fluorescent lighting on the floor. See ya. Callie half waved. It really hadn't sounded like Queen was joking.